Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first installment of ZeroTechExtreme X, where we talk technology, life hacks, and everything. I thank you all for participating in the viewing of this very first video. It does mean a lot, and with your continued support, if you hit that subscribe button right down there, we can continue this channel to promote all things tech, whether it be technology reviews, procedures for performing certain tasks, or just about anything else technical. So for this very first video, what I would like to open up with is a new technology that is starting to emerge on the smartphone market. Now, this technology has been around for several years now, but I would like to take a second to talk about it because it is a new and innovating and rather exciting piece of technology that I feel you should be more informed about before you start buying your latest and greatest. What am I talking about? Well, most smartphones nowadays do have some sort of fingerprint recognition system, and in most cases, the vast majority of cases at this current state and time, we are talking about the fingerprint scanner, or as you should know it, the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner. Now, what is an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner? Well, an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner is a type of fingerprint scanner that uses a small ultrasonic or electronic pulse to make a 3D rendering of your fingerprint every time you put it on the scanner. So what that basically means is, if you can imagine a small pulse being emitted upon contact with this part of your cellular device, in my case this is the OnePlus 6, what it will essentially do is send out a small pulse to measure the distance between the ridges in your fingers, and actually even the depth of the ridge between the ridges. So in essence, what this means is that it provides a full 3D image for the processor on your computer, on your smartphone, to recognize. And this is a good thing because since no two fingerprints are alike, except in the case of identical twins, and even then only in certain cases too, as far as I'm familiar. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not entirely sure if that's exactly true. I would assume it to be true, but I'm not entirely sure. So with that aside, for that small amount of the population, relatively speaking, fingerprint scanners of the ultrasonic variety are actually incredibly secure, because since for the vast majority of people no two fingerprints are exactly alike, this means that each fingerprint's uniqueness will in fact provide that level of security required to really maintain adequate security on your device. Wow, that was a bit of a mouthful, but stay with me here, and I think you'll be rather interested to hear how this technology, which has been around for several years now, is actually superior to the current trends. Now, the current trends in smartphones is to get the entire screen bezel-less. Everybody wants it covering the entirety of the phone. Certain companies have managed to overcome the inability to really make a truly bezel-less screen by doing certain things. In the case of Vivo Nex S, they have a small motorized camera that actually slides out, thus eliminating the need for a notch, thus allowing them to go nearly completely bezel-less. It's really cool technology. In the case of the Oppo Find X, the entire front portion actually comes out by a little motor and does basically the same purpose. And I believe Motorola, or maybe not Motorola, Kyocera has one that actually will flip open without the need for a motor. Now, all these technologies are great, and all these technologies are leading to the right destination, where we have completely flat and bezel-less screens that take up the entirety of a smartphone, improving our general day-to-day usage, our content consumption and whatnot, to all degrees. It's a future I personally am very excited for, and I can't wait until they get it right. But in there lies the problem. One of the things that these companies are doing to get around this this bezel-less feature is they are, in fact, doing away with the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, and they are opting for more of a in-display fingerprint scanner. So if you can imagine this area over here as having a small camera embedded under the display with an LED emitter set up right next to it. Basically what that means is that this LED light, when you take your thumb, for example, and press it down on the screen, the LED emitter will fill up all the ridges on your fingerprint, and then a camera under the display will take a picture of whatever image reflects off of your fingerprint, and this will be used to identify your fingerprint versus everyone else's. But in there lies the problem. Since it is, in fact, essentially nothing more than Face ID for your fingerprint, it's an optical scanner. That's what they call it. It's an optical fingerprint scanner because it uses a camera, not an ultrasonic pulse used to actuate the device. It is a viable security threat, even with many processors now featuring a dedicated portion to the system on chip to store biometrics data. That means that on the processor itself, the processor, the GPU, and everything else that goes in it, there is actually a certain compartment where specifically biometric data, face unlock, and fingerprint details, and all of those other things. Maybe there are a couple of gestures or body gestures or stuff like that. Whatever it could be, it is stored to a dedicated portion on the chip, and it is encrypted. That's very secure. But that's not the security risk that's occurring over here. The security risk that's occurring is in the camera, in the optical functionality of the device. Since it is a photograph and it is Face ID for your finger, all one would really need is a good image of your finger, which you would take every single time you use the in-display fingerprint scanner, and with that image, it is perceivable that they could get into your device. Now, why doesn't this problem exist for the ultrasonic variety of fingerprint scanner? What the hell is the difference? Optical fingerprint scanner, ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, what does this all mean? Well, being that a small electrical pulse is emitted, like I've said a million times right now, but this is very important, please bear this in mind, the fact that it requires a physical force to be pushed onto the fingerprint scanner as it stands means that unless somebody came to your house and cut your finger off, and then they would have to know which finger you use. Most people use their pointer fingers to do that. Most people have both fingers, like I have on my OnePlus 6. Most people have both fingers recorded for the ease of use. Some people use their middle fingers. I would assume even less use their ring fingers, and past that, I would assume even less than that use their pinkies. I could see very few people actually using their thumbs to record it, but I'm not entirely sure that that would be the best idea because it does impede on overall functionality, and it's no more secure than using any other finger on your hand. I mean, use whichever one is the closest. There's not going to be you're not going to be more secure using your thumbprint than you are going to be using your fingerprint on an ultrasonic fingerprint reader. That's just a fact. So, in conclusion of this video, and I hope nobody took this as a rant or anything like that. In conclusion, what this means is that the optical nature, which would only require a photograph of your finger, not the actual ridges being pressed up against the screen, means that anyone with a good photograph could get into your device, just like anyone who with a good HD photo of your face could face unlock your device. I mean, you've seen the videos. So before you go out and buy something like the OnePlus 6T or the Vivo XS or the Oppo Find X or any other device that has, I believe HTC has one, that has the in-display fingerprint scanner, think again about what this means for the security of your device. On that note, it is rumored that Qualcomm will be expanding, working with different manufacturers to actually provide an ultrasonic fingerprint reader in display. So in the future, this will be great technology, and maybe you could do away with the entire camera area that they covered up so well. Who knows? But for right now, if security is your concern, and it should be, then please think about this video the next time you go out to buy your new device. The old technology is undoubtedly more secure, and in an age where security becomes more and more and more important by the day, then hopefully this will help your buying decision as of late 2018 for your next smartphone. Thank you all again for watching this video. Support the channel. There will be more. I'll be uploading a couple of older videos from my older channel, Savory Milkman. And stay subscribed, and I will keep you up to date with more security information, application information, general computer stuff, everything tech. Thank you all, and have a wonderful day.